Yo, what's up? It's 2020. Welcome. So we've been a bit scant on the videos and the podcast over the past little while. Lots has been going on. What with, black belt tests and babies arriving and a whole other sort of world of stuff that's been happening in my life. So apologies for not having stuff up recently really since sort of November, middle of November now. But it's 2020, it's January, here we go. So this is really just to kick off the year and sort of say what the plan is and let you know what we're sort of thinking as a club, as a Taekwondo organisation. See what we can bring to the table. So I also want to round out the kind of black belt test videos that I've been doing on the run up to this. So for those of you that haven't been following me or don't know what the story is, test is passed and that's good. So 4th degree black belt now, which is cool. It was a good test, long, but good. Down in Ennis, great venue, really well organised. All the sections were pretty okay. There was nothing there that really, it was just a really nice test. Felt really kind of solid about a lot of it. Patterns went well. The 3 for 4 plus Quebec and Chungmu, all nice to do. Nice patterns, nice. Happy with the ones that were called. Foot techniques were okay. Bit of a wobble, but they were okay. Hands were fine. Power was grand. I think the power test and the ITA black belt test is going to have to be looked at. I think it's. I don't think it should either be. It should be weighted, or it should be the difficulty should affect the score or whatever. Because what happens is you get people who learn how to just do 2 boards, hand and foot. So it's psychic knife and it's just money in the bank. And like from 1st degree to whatever degree, that's your break then for power. And I think it's not really reflective of a power test. I think it's. But then again, maybe I'm wrong, because I saw people hitting those boards and they weren't breaking them; they were bouncing off them. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is fair. Maybe I just find it a little bit different. But yeah, I think that'll be something interesting to explore. This kind of weighted scoring system for power and for spec tech as well, right? Spec tech went okay. Jump back kick was fine, and then it was the last kick of the day for me, and I was confident that I had everything in the bag. So I went for the splits kick, the side bang shaggy. Tried it, got the side kick, which you should get, and didn't get the twist kick. So yeah, bit disappointed with that one, but if that's the only blot on the test, I'm happy enough with it. What else was there in the test? Sparring was good. 3 rounds, no qualms with them. They were all good partners, good rounds, nothing serious, no medals, no. But it's good. Nice little kick round. Theory was fine. Master Jones, Master Ford, great examiners. Funny talking with Master Jones. Talking to him about stuff. And managed to sort of spin the conversation around to say something along the lines, yes, I agree with you, I think you're right. And he goes, oh yeah, thank you. So it's like, hang on, how have we flipped roles here? That's not how this works. But it was interesting. What else was asked? Doro Chagi waving kick. Forgot what it was, thought it was sweep, and then remembered it wasn't a sweep, remembered it was a waving kick, then forgot what it was for, and then remembered what it was for. So yeah, there's a good bit of banter with that back and forwards. And then just other theory of power, stuff like this, things that you'd expect to be asked. It was good, clean, nice. So that was kind of the black belt test. Yeah, all done. So stripes up, and looking forward to going into 2020 now. We've done tests already. It was nice to get in co-examining already, because our club test was the week after. So it was nice to get in co-examining now as a 4th degree with my instructor, Master Weekly, who's 8th degree. Was in there supervising me and helping out and examining, as he has been for the past a number of years since we've been going in Carrick. And so that was cool. It was really good fun and really good feedback and really good pointers from himself. It's different when I've been sat at the table before, but never been responsible for marking people, and it's cool to be given that trust. And it's nice to have backup that you won't make any mistakes. Test was good. Club test was good. We're getting the thing about, I always look at club tests in the sort of way of how are you doing across the board? Like if there's the same corrections for every group in every category, there's just a common thread that needs to be fixed. If there are 1 or 2 outliers in every section, then you need to look, I think, a little bit closer at how you're vetting people for testing. If you're vetting people for testing, that's a different question as well. I mean, do you vet people before they come to present for test, or do you just say, well, this is the test, show up and have a go if you think you're ready, and if you're not, bear the consequences. I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. Like, I think when you get to a certain grade and a certain age and you want to present for test, then fine, you should have a fair idea of whether you think you're ready, and of course we'll guide you and let you know what we think. But if you want to have a go at it, and we think you should wait, you go for it. If you should pass, great. If you don't, then that's on you, right? But when you're a 6-7-year-old yellow belt, we'll definitely want to vet you there. I do anyway. I don't think 6 and 7-year-olds learn a lot from going to present to a test in front of all of their peers and standing out on the floor and making a load of mistakes and not passing their exam. Just because they like the idea of passing a test that they're not ready for, So we always vet our students and say, look, we want you to do the next one, or we think you should wait, you need a little bit more time. Just to make sure that people have a positive experience testing, not necessarily it's a formal assessment. So there's a level of we have a job to do as examiners, and that can kind of go the wrong way some days, and that's the non-nice part of it, but so be it. Anyway, we'll do a whole detailed thing on testing and how you test and what you test and so on and so forth for club, for the difference between colour belt testing and black belt testing, and should they be very similar. Last little point in this is we're trying to emulate a lot of what we see at colour belt testing to replicate what they'll do at black belt testing. So it'll have a similar structure, a similar ask, with obviously different techniques and different sort of scenarios and so on, and it's not entirely in Korean and so on and so forth. But we think then that will translate when they go to present for black belt, if they go to present for black belt, that this won't feel like a new test that they've never done before. It'll be like, oh yeah, I did this when I was a yellow belt. Here's now we do hands, now we do feet, now we do patterns, and we've done the strength, and we do and it just feels natural. So that's testing. What else is there going on in the club? There's lots going on. I mean, we want to set up a few interviews this year. I'm big on the podcast, and the videos like these are great for me to kind of get all my thoughts out, and hopefully you get something out of them. But what I really wanted to start doing now is bringing people in as guests, like we did when Mr. Ford was up doing the seminar in Carrick. We sat down, we got a really good chat, and I think a lot of people have said to us that was a really good seminar and a really good interview afterwards, where we talked about and we got insight into the way it worked, and so we'll definitely go on about that. So I'm speaking to one or two people already about interviewing and sitting down with them. It's a question of logistics and time and getting people's calendars aligned, right? But we will do that. And if you're interested in chatting to us, come have a chat with me, ping me a message on one of the channels, and we'll talk and we'll do something. Because I'm really interested in talking Taekwondo with people who do Taekwondo and getting insights and perspectives. A lot of people don't know things that people know, so let's share that knowledge and get that out there so we can all kind of benefit from it, There's other bits happening. I want to look a little bit more on how we coach and how we do coaching. So I'm going to dig into some of the thought processes around that and how that's changed over the last few months and years after months after a bit of reading and a bit of insight from seminars and from conferences. And yeah, there's some interesting stuff there, and I think it'll spark a lot of debate. And how we're pushing coaching on in the future. So I think that'll be really interesting, and we'll do stuff around that. And then lots of other bits as we can see fit and try and find out. So that's the sort of crack. Happy 2020. Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking into it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you are too. And we'll see you when we start doing more. Take care. Bye bye.